Master. Clever so make you again Sktv menyo. Say my journey tina get as say my jamo. Enji sano money emu aye yo. Enji love emu aye yo.
Sktv the best in Liberia. Sktv the best in Africa. Sktv the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
And I didn't ya to money, and I sang ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I sang ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv the best in Liberia. Sktv the best in Africa. Sktv the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We study for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Maggie B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv the best in Liberia. Sktv the best in Africa.
Well, folks, what a way to go. And let me say the pleasant good evening to all of you, those of you who are always on our back, those of you always knocking on our doors and making sure that whether we are alive, whether we are active, whether we go to go, whether we are hefty, there are a lot of you always checking on us no matter what. All of the disagreements when it comes to politics, when it comes to some of the discussions and so forth. You have your own way of analyzing things. You have your own take on some of the national issues. Why some of us too, so I don't get it. Sometimes some of you get into your feelings, but in the midst of everything, you stay check, you stay call us, and you make sure that at least that we are hefty, and then you want to know whether we will be able to come on, so that you too, you can get all of the information that you need to know. Because here for us here, we don't sugarcoat. Let me just tell all of you so that you can know today. Because why? Yeah, for us here, we tell you the plain truth. You take any of them. And I guess that yesterday, some of you, in fact, you were even enjoying the argument between, or in fact, all of the talks between us yesterday when it comes to political parties and so forth. That don't tell you that for us here, we don't have any, apart from maybe Sekou Kane, who maybe, yes, in fact, who is a political party president. But for us here, we have our own independent right to do whatsoever thing we want to do, but we remain neutral. will tell you that indeed for us, we don't want to go down because, mind you, the Liberia politics is sweet. Right now, what you see right on the internet, the campaigner for what? For say no to drugs. Where are they right now? They are the office of the president. Oh God. So you see, that's the life. They are the office of the president. And you know when the president call you, you have to go. Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes you can refuse, but sometimes you can refuse. Huh? You know, sometimes when you refuse, they tell the president that maybe that you stand up, or in fact that you standing up for the right thing to be done. But again, in this kind of country of ours, so the president call, everybody can be running. Who don't want to have interaction with the president? And the same people from after some time they will cry and say, they were. So people that share the show today will be having Dr. Mohammed Sharif from the ANC will be our guest, and today and the guest of our team of panelists will also be here with us this evening. But please let's share the show. I think we can hit almost 200 to 300, 400. Then we can bring Dr. Mohammed Sharif and that of the rest of the team on. Those of you who Mohammed Kola say, last, you supporting comics. Okay, no, look. Even if you say I support Joseph Boakai, I agree. Let me tell you. I support Liberians, especially Liberians who are into Google things. I didn't want me allowed to actually support. You know, yeah. And I like to just support and then kind of more. I don't look. Let me be frank on this platform. I like all Liberians, but I just hate the politician, their character. That's all I hate. You can put other people in abject poverty. Then your life be flourishing back to back, you and your children. Everybody have diplomatic passport here and there. Even the people who were in line yesterday, they don't even have food to eat before I even talk about passport. So that's why some of us, I mean, you know, and I hear nobody for me, a leave with me. I want the democracy to even be at the best, where everybody will be having the right to go out there to what? To participate, you know, to campaign, to have their own candidate of their choice. I like that. For me, that's what I like. Allow people, that's what God allow us to do. Because we used to cry. They say, oh God, you always choosing people for us. So today on part we tire, we want to choose our own leader. And that's the thing. Why are you getting angry? Why you not want for other people to have their own right? Why? Allow people. God allow you. You think all the things I enjoying today, the democracy, that human being cry to God and say, God, you always choose the people for us. So we ourselves want someone that will choose. God say, okay, no problem. You go ahead. You will choose your own and you will understand. So that how people create all these things when they call democracy, yes, is the way of the people. Let people go out of the freely associate and freely disassociate. The issue I have with some of you is you insult people for no reason. Because someone associate with party A, so you insult them. Someone associate with party B, so you insult. No. Don't do that. So people, let's share the show. Mr. Dollar is here already. He's you know, always on Friday and Saturday, always here with us. But Mr. Dollar, before we bring on our guest, I know we always started this, sharing the show, making sure that at least we have a lot of viewers on, at least 200 to 300, then we'll be able to bring on our guest. But what say you everything on a Friday?
The Friday looked very nice and set out for the interview of Mr. Sharif. And I'm so glad to be here tonight to hit the target. So Friday is well in place. Appreciate that.
Wonderful. So those of you who are ANC people, please just share the show. You inform other people so that they can come here and watch and listen and see their own ANC member, Dr. Mohammed Sharif, already at the back. I don't know why he's not showing, but that if you really just show your face, then we'll be able to bring you up because we want the people to see you. So if you really just put the camera on, then most definitely we'll bring you on. But people, you please share the show. Those of you who just joining us, this is the Sktv, the Friday edition of the Sktv show right here on Truth FM. Monk will be here very soon. We have so many things to talk about, even though, but we have our guest. So we don't want to waste the time of our guest already. You know, we're going on 10 minutes into the show time already. So I don't know what that is ready. Yeah, so Yes, indeed. That's the best thing, my dear brother. Thank you. It's good. Let me tell you, I like that. I like the comment. Sally Kemon, you're right. Sometimes people don't know what we can be, the kind of more engagement that we have, but we got to come here to work for our people. You know, that's the work and what we choose to do. That's great. So that, I don't know, but is that, let me see what a monk is here. Oh, okay, Brother Ali already here. So let me bring Brother Ali Masali on. Ali, must say you, my dear brother, good. I don't know, it's morning or afternoon, good afternoon, but good evening from our end here in Liberia. Brother Ali, I don't know whether Ali is set and ready, but if okay,
Mayborn,
yes, Ali, go ahead.
yeah, Mayborn, good afternoon. How are you, Mr. Dolly? Good afternoon. How you guys doing? To our listening audience and followers, glad to be here this afternoon. How's Mama Liberia?
Well, are you sure? Someone will say Mama Liberia is good. We all fine, apart from so many training news. But just that we have our girls coming on. I'm getting reports that the justice in Chima, I think Shannon A. Johnson, posted order on the ombudsman recommendation to the president to dismiss nearly 20, either 24 or 25 of government employees. That's the latest news also coming in and confirmed. We will call our judicial reporter to confirm that news. But that's the latest news that we're getting that yeah, the justice in Chimon posted order on the ombudsman recommendation to the president. Then also we also get a report, or in fact, it's already confirmed because we saw that today that the campaigner against no to drugs. Today they were seen today at the executive mansion have a meeting with the president. The president, according to information, call them so that they will be able to have what we call the chat to talk, or maybe the way forward and so forth. So yes, again, they were seen at the executive mansion. And yes, apart from that, the politics, the living condition of our people. Mind you, the president gave, I think, the vice president and other government officials a job to do within the next 45 days. So Liberians are waiting for that report as to what's going to happen after that report, because mind you, we are gradually going into the time, and it's 45 days. I mean, the 45 days will either elapse sometime in September, and the Liberian will be waiting to hear a report from our committee on uh, the economy. So far, I think these are some of the major happening apart from the CMC political leader, Honorable Musa Hassan Benete today, who entered in Grand Bassa County like like well, once upon a time when the late Charles Bronx came, we used to enter in Grand Bassa County with that kind of well welcome and so forth. So yes, the CMC, they are in the corner Grand Bassa County where they're having series of activities, and I think they're going to be there up to maybe tomorrow, or maybe better say in the evening time as we speak. They are still there. So far so good, Mr. Dollar and the rest of the team. These are some of the training national issues back home. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mr. Dollar, yeah. So apart from these things, what are some of the things that caught your attention during the week? I guess sometimes you can be busy, but you follow some of the training national issues.
All right. To be honest, I always follow Liberian program on Facebook, on different social medias and stuff and things. I always follow it. Even so what you just talk about, concern about no to drug. Yeah, it's a brilliant ideas, but the training is way of handling it. I don't think that is the way to do it. You see, to get rid of this kind of situation in a society, it requires sober thinking, proper planning to make sure that when you hit the target, you shouldn't miss. But the way people are doing it, I see how people doing it. They're doing it like a publicity. I don't see any strong seriousness into the people. They will do it to jubilate and mingle with one another on to finish something and thing there, even though they're not supposed to be in a war battle zone. But for the way they're handling the situation, I don't think that's the best way forward. Secondly, what I do observe in that thing there is some kind of propaganda orchestrated by the ruling establishment. And for evidences, you can see the actors are now assembled to the president office to see what there, because everything the president is aware of. Because when you are a president of a nation, you got day-to-day activity reports on your desk, unless you are a lazy person to read. But every single thing that happens, the foreign day, the report can be on the president's desk to Peru. So the president is aware of everything that's going on. So I don't know what they're going to do there. They're going to chill off with him, the national crisis together. I don't know.
And that's a question. That's a question that keep coming in my mind, because how come we've been having series of Liberians who've been protesting, quote unquote, who've been having their own peaceful assemblies and so forth, but they are not being called. How come our president calling the team yesterday? Just imagine, yesterday was a protest, and today they have been called to have cha-cha-cha with the president. Are you sensing?
Yeah, because it was orchestrated by the ruling establishment. They sponsor it. That's the evidence you can see for the people to go and meet with the president to see what there. That's not a place to discuss how to arrest the situations in terms of drug. There's a many techniques that can be employed by a sober government to curtail this kind of drug activity, but that is not going on. The DAA, we know many of our children that are serving that force, they are underpaid, they are not equipped to the extent that how they can combat against that activities, the smuggling of drug into the country. So also the Zogo, to handle the Zogo is a very easy matter. First of all, government need to find avenues. Once somebody is rehabilitated, where did you put him? When he done, after the rehabilitation, where he is going to be? This must be a job provision. Immediately when you civilize someone, there should be somewhere where he will occupy his mind, that he will not be thinking about going back on the street to do any evil thing. But that is not the case in our country.
All right, Mr. Dollar, thank you. We just start the show and that our introductory part. So no name. We will go more into that after maybe our guest. But Mark already here. Mark, good evening, my dear brother. And what's up? How have you been?
Well, great to be alive. Thank God. We are back on Sktv for the Friday's edition. It's another day, and on Friday, y'all know our regular routine. Y'all know our traditional Sktv. Even though you guys have abandoned the show, I keep sending warning to people that our stakeholders and the people that make sure Sktv is being financed, the day-to-day operation of Sktv. And I will keep reminding you, because I know we are getting somewhere. And I keep saying it. It's not an intimidation tactic. I just want to be in the name of fairness and transparency. I want for people to know exactly what we are doing. If you believe in the Sktv model, then you are obligated. You carry a fiduciary responsibility to make sure that the show is up and running. But apparently, I don't know, for some reason, I don't know if it's political reasons or personal reason, people just abandon their obligation to make sure Sktv stays on the air financially. So I will keep reminding you, because I know what's coming for Sktv. And I know I can bet 1,000% most of you guys will complain when that time reaches. And that's why I will be fair. I will be honest enough to give update as to the summer project by the time we come to an end, because what we are doing now is just about numbers game. We want to know exactly on the bare minimum how much we'll be able to guarantee within a 30-day moving average period. So I will keep telling you, if you used to contribute to Sktv, make it your duty to be on Sktv, because this time around, We will go by our list. We'll see how consistent you are when it comes to the contribution. So if you're not on our list, if you haven't been there and we don't have the record to prove, you will not be part of this thing that's coming. I will keep reminding people every Friday. And I will say again, it's nothing mandatory, it's optional. You can choose to. But I don't know because Mayborn comes on the show. Mayborn, I know, even though we got the platform from the chairman himself and the team, but Mayborn is the one that we respond beyond the call of duty to come here every day, whether it's rain or shine. Most of the time it's Aliu, Steve, and myself. Now we are not too regular here because we got other things going on. But Melbourne and Aliu, I would say congratulations to you guys again. Thanks for the effort you exhibit on SKTV every single day of the week. I mean, to come here throughout the week is nothing small, so I must commend you guys for that. But we are here and ready to rock and roll today, Friday.
Yes, indeed, my dear brother. Thank you. Because let me just add up to that quickly. In passing, I think some of you've been hearing about the news, especially the news that broke up last night between the LBS and that of the Ministry of Information. All these things go back to the same money issues. So, so that's why because if it's more seriously, right, because if government or self is now fighting them, no, you got to pay me. No, you're not going to do it. Easy. So I don't tell you because.
But maybe I guess common sense. The number one problem that poses a systemic risk to the country's survival, both in the short term and the long term. If the government is crying about financial constraint, they ain't talking about LBS. LBS, as my supposed to be talking about. I say all these agencies, most of them are redundant. We don't need them. We live in the 21st century. We're in the information age. You got update. You got the executive mansion website. You got the executive mansion Facebook page. Just update the public, get 1 or 2 press briefings throughout the week, and that's about it. All that LBS crowd, that nonsense, they're not going anywhere. Those days are gone. We live in a different era, my brother.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mark. Today we have Dr. Mohammed Sharif from the ANC. He will be our guest. I was thinking whether you're going to put the camera on because we've been waiting for a little time now, but I don't know whether he's set and ready. I think he's on the screen. And Dr. Mohammed Sharif, I don't know whether you are set and ready. If so, you're now live with us here on the SKTV show. Dad, are you there? Dr. Mohammed Sharif?
Yes, good evening, Mayborn. I've been waiting on you people to be set. I've been listening to all what you've been saying. So, yes, thank you. I'm here now. Can you hear me?
Wonderful, we're getting you, and that's good. Thank you so much for coming. And Mark, this is our guest. Let me see how best to put our guest on top so that people can see. Yes, Dr. Mohammed Sharif, there is our guest. So I'm coming. Those of you, yes. Oh no, I think I'm getting things wrong here. Okay, yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. So Mark. That comes from the ANC. Those of you who just joined, that Mohammed Sharif, he hit from the ANC. That is the Alternative National Congress. Yeah, so that welcome and good evening. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the public. And I guess this is the first debut on the SKTV show.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Mayborn. I would like to see the panelists. Why are they hiding their faces? I need to see everybody I'm talking with. Anyway, good evening to all listening audience. I'm Mohammed Sharif. I come from the ANC. I will be engaging with the panelists of the SKTV for the next 1 hour or so, and we'll be discussing things around elections or other issues that may come up. But I would appreciate to see Aliu Mansale, Monk, and the other people that are coming on.
Yes,
I need
don't
to
worry
see them.
for Ali will show if Ali for him, it could come up on camera live. But again, thank you so much for coming. Mr. Dollar also here with us today. And the rest of the panelists, Mr. Connor will be here. Better Steve Bode or Mose will also join us on the Friday edition. But thank God that you've been talking about elections and so forth, but we are also getting a report about electoral violence in district number 5, Nimba County. Mind you, the pending elections will be sometime the 22nd of this month between nearly 10 candidates, and according to confirmed reports, that there were some clashes between I think two candidates there on today. But again, thank you. But I move straight into elections, like you just started. So, what say you when it comes to the electoral process of our country?
Thank you. Mainly, I want to discuss that there are a few things that we need to check regarding elections in Liberia, especially the issue of invalid votes. You know, in 2005, we had about 3.37% of invalid votes, and that continued as a trend. In 2011, we had 6.37, and then in 2017, 5.39, and then now the 2023, 5.88. That shows that the level of education we are giving our people to vote is really limited, and that political parties should not leave that as a responsibility only to the Elections Commission. This data is also available on Front Page Africa because I compared number of data. Elections Commission, I've not seen them do such analysis, but thanks to uh, Front Page Africa, they did that analysis. I'm a researcher. I always acknowledge my source. So this about election tells us that not much is being done in terms of voter education. And we as political institutions, we want to win elections. If we leave that with the Elections Commission to educate our people on election, we'll always be getting low numbers because people may not understand how to vote and they might vote the wrong way. And Elections Commission, there needs to be clearly laid down rules as to which uh, kind of voting is accepted, whether somebody stamps on the face or in the box. We need to educate our people, and people need to understand the policies of political institution. What is this political institution going to do for us if we vote them? So within those kind of engagement, you are able to help your people to know how to vote, why they are voting, and uh, this is one of the issues that I want us to begin with. The other issue is the Elections Commission seriously is violating the rights of number of people. That has to do with number one, those that are pretrial detainees. Pretrial detainees are not convicts, and so they are applying an old law called civil death sentence. This should not happen. In the coming elections, we will be challenging as ANC the rights of those who are pretrial detainees because they should vote. And then special needs, people who are blind need braille, they need to vote. And also, we also need to consider the contributions of the diaspora Liberians. They should be able to vote. These are some of the things that I want to start with before we get to other issues like uh, uh, securing our votes, wherein you need to understand that the elections commission need to have proper means of securing our votes, and that has to do right now with our concern with the database of Liberians at Foreign Affairs, uh, at National Identification Registry, and maybe now Ministry of Transport. Those data can be used to do a lot of things that we may not expect. So I will be going deep into those things and how tribal influence um, in tribal dominance in politics. In I read a research from Tinduku. He just published it this year about Liberia and Sierra Leone that up to 68% of most political parties are dominated by one tribe, and then we have 76% of elections people voting in in the direction of their tribe, and when government is formed, it's dominated by that tribal group, and then chances of tribal conflict re-erupting is 76% from his data. So These are some of the things I look at, and we can discuss other things.
Wonderful, Dad. Thank you so much, Mark. Brother Ali and Brother Simon, Mr. Dollar. Any of you have questions for
Well,
our
I just
guest?
want to follow up for the brother. I'm in the basic setting, so usually I'm behind the screen. Maybe I will pop up on the screen later so you can see my face. But that was routine on SKTV for me. I'm always back and forth. So sometimes I'm behind the computer, sometimes away. So I don't want to be a disruptor to SKTV. That's why you see me most of the time here. 95% of the time you won't see me live on camera. But anyway, you're talking on a lot of issue. For me, I listened to your deliberation here, and you talk about the participation rate, the voter education. Because the last time I checked, the ANC and your political leader were one of those calling for electoral reform. Because for me, I don't buy into the idea that looking at the participation rate and they think about our people are not informed or educated. We have had 5 elections dating back to 1997. I don't think the problem here is about elections or the education of voter education. I think there are more happening behind the scene. Whether it's about trucking, whether it's about data manipulation, whether it's about or electioneering, these are things I believe that plaguing our electoral system. So I don't know where you guys stand on that issue about electoral reform, and I don't know when the political leader talk about electoral reform, why is he driving that? Like, why you guys trying to see to make sure that the process is either free, fair, and transparent? And the idea too of the diaspora participation is nothing new. We came up with those suggestions before, and I don't know if the government will be in the position because you talk about financing, logistics. There are a lot of research. I think I was one of those that even came up with the idea that it's easy, it's attainable. That if Guinea and other countries could do it, then Liberia is more than capable of engaging the diaspora, because the diaspora can not only be about taxation or representation. We got to be able to vote, and not everyone will be able to buy a plane ticket to go during election time to vote. So that was a great idea. The question is, we're talking about the resources and the government, whether they will be really, really interested in making sure that the diaspora can participate. So I want you to give our audience a little synopsis or rundown about this whole idea about electoral reform and some of the irregularities you think happened during the last election. Please, maybe a couple of minutes and then we can move on.
From our perspective about electoral reform, these are some of the issues that I have highlighted, in addition to the issue of regular trucking, fraud, data manipulation. These are things that we believe that if constructively the Elections Commission can work along with political parties, we make sure that the data is secured. It has a strong firewall system protected from a third-party interference. Because I was looking at something called predictive modeling. When we look back at the way people have voted and access, we still see that although you said voter education may not be the only issue, yes, but it's a major issue. From our research, it is a major issue, because some of the people don't even know the candidates they're voting for. Somebody will fool them and say, no, the person you want to vote for, yeah, the person will vote for that person because they don't know the candidates. They don't know the political parties, their symbols. They hear the names, but they have not seen the candidates. They have not seen. So you see that over the time, people have had the opportunity to understand the voting trend in Liberia. So there are other things that have been happening. I will just give you an example. There's something they call reflective thematic analysis. It is a kind of research tool that you are able to delve deep into issues in a particular place. You understand how people think and behave and why they're doing it. So some political campaigns now will use what we call uh, psychographic modeling. That is, now they are preying on the vulnerability of individual voters, to say, okay, this set of people, if you made them scare, like say, well, we can't, if you're not vote for this person, use fear and some other groups, you say, uh, let's give them the information that if you vote, so this is what will happen in terms of what we call uh, micro targeting of individuals. So you are able to use the social media platform to spread either information or disinformation, and to be able to influence the minds of voters in a certain way to vote for a particular candidate, because these are people who have predisposition to fear, and you can use that to manipulate them. And these are some of the things that we have looked at and said, no, we need to educate our people not to vote only on the fears of tribalism, on the fears of war, but to vote on issues. So the major issue is understanding how to educate our people how to vote. Are you okay? He's not
Wonderful.
around.
Thank you. Yes, yes, indeed. Thank you, Dad. Mr. Dollar, you have any question for Dr. Mohammed Sharif?
Sure. I have a few questions to ask you. First of all, my question go to funding mean to allow the people in the diaspora to vote. That being the national anthem in our political discourse for some time, but it has not been happening. So, in what mean ANC going to implore for this thing to happen? If the election commission refuse to get credence to your proposal, what would be the next step the ANC will take towards that?
Okay, so in terms of politics, um, the dynamics are so clear that ANC cannot work alone. That doesn't mean that we are now building a coalition with the other people, but we can have a working relationship with other political institutions who may have like mind, and then we can bring this issue up as a concern that, okay, we have identified this issue as being a concern in terms of the Liberian diaspora. They are contributing in terms of remittances. They are also uh, contributing in terms of infrastructure, and they may want to invest into Liberia. So they would be they will have interest in having a good leadership in the country. So on the basis of that, if Guinea and other countries, people could go to their various embassies and vote, or even um, coordinate with some of the other countries, that the host countries, to allow their citizens to vote, Liberia could do the same. There's not much logistic issue there. So I think it's of utmost importance that we will engage the National Elections Commission, but not solo, not only as ANC. We will work with other opposition institutions to see how we can push this idea, and not only the diaspora, but even special needs people like the blind people, like the other people I just mentioned, pre-trial detainees, because they are not convicts. So the law does not need to consider them as dead people, because it's an old law called civil death sentence. You can write that down. It's a legal term wherein all your rights have been denied, although you are alive. So we will engage on that. So these are some of the reforms that we are talking about. And then there should be an increase in terms of voter education. There should be an increase in the way the Elections Commission engage with the citizens in educating them regarding how they should vote. And then the protection of uh, the data, and also third-party interference using any other means into the Liberian elections. So we will be looking at a couple of things that, as ANC, from our perspective, that these are issues that influence our elections negatively, because cheating in elections doesn't just start the day you go to vote. It even starts from the planning process. It continues along the path of when people are doing registration to various precincts and so on, how they manipulate the data, and you see someone register in Douala and their name show up in Boys Town, how is he going to vote? He's already been cheated. So these are things that we are going to take holistically as our concern with number of political parties and file with the Elections Commission to have a look at our genuine concerns moving forward. But that may not be happening right now as I speak. It needs a lot of consultations.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Sheriff. Thank you so much. Steve, you're joining us, one of our panelists and our colleague right here on the SKTV show. You're joining us. So, Steve, want to say the pleasant good evening. Maybe it's afternoon or maybe morning time to your end, but we in the evening. But again, thank you for joining us, my dear brother, and welcome. Before we go to Brother Ali to ask a question, what say you everything?
All is well. It's good to be here. And welcome to Dr. Mohammed Sharif. I want to say welcome to the audience. We're in conversation with Dr. Sharif today regarding different issues. Dr. Sharif, welcome to SKTV, and I look forward to the interactions and engagements on here today. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Brother Ali, you have a question, or maybe you have anything to say to that? Brother Ali. All right, Steve, I think you can ask a question if you have, or if you maybe have anything to say to our guest.
Yes. Thank you so much, Milborn. Quickly, I know I joined you guys late, but I did, Milborn, we did speak earlier, and I informed you that I would be late based on where I was. But at least I'm here now. Thank God for that. Dr. Sherry, let me ask you a quick question here. The statement that you're making today on behalf of the ANC political party, should we consider these statements as a total representation from and approved by the political leader in terms of some of the questions you are answering and some of the things that you've asserted here today?
Now, what we are in consultation with various stakeholders within the party. These are just proposals. They are not the final position yet, because these are research issues that we have done regarding elections in Liberia, and for it to be a firm policy position of the party, it has to be done by endorsed by the EC and not the political leader as an individual, although he provides the vision and direction of the party, but it has to be endorsed by the EC.
Okay, here's another question for you. What would say your position is in the ANC?
My position is I'm part of the executive of the ANC through MNN, because I've been I've run as representative candidate in 2017 on the party's ticket. I'm also part of the founders of the party, those who were initially members of the party as it began.
Okay. Well, nobody's okay if I throw in one more question, please? Just trying to
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead, my dear brother. Go ahead.
Dr. Sharif, let me ask you this point of question concerning you, because I know you've talked about the ANC and so forth. I wasn't here maybe when you did your introduction to the public, but I want to get this question of clarity out to the public. Did you work with the UP government before? If so, what was your role?
No, I've never worked with the UP government. I've never served in any capacity with the UP government.
Okay.
Never.
Did you work on any most recent administration in any capacity?
No. No. I've never had an appointed position in Liberia. Never.
Okay. Did you represent Liberia anywhere?
In which capacity?
Well, that's a general question I'm asking you. Did you represent Liberia anywhere? On any level, whether international or locally?
Okay. I've represented Liberia myself, Tiawon Gonglo, on the West African Bar Association conferences.
Okay, so those are not governmental appointed position by the president or so forth, right?
No.
Okay. Did you work with the United Nations
Yes, as a consultant, and I will
As a,
name them for you.
was
As a
it through
consultant,
was it through the
allow
government's initiative?
no.
Okay. Can you please clarify?
Now I'm going to clarify this for you, and I
Thank you.
will clarify the World Bank consultancies for you. I
Sure.
think please take note. Maybe you want to know more about what I've done, what I've been doing. This is a good CV I'm going to give out. It's a good opportunity. In the first place, I was hired as a professional to draft the domestic violence law. That was a position advertised by the UNFPA under the joint program between the United Nations and the government of Liberia. That's when I drafted the domestic violence law in 2013 and 14 for Liberia as a consultant. I've also worked as a consultant for the UNDP and the UN Women to review the legislative and legal instruments, whether they are adequate enough to protect the women and children in Liberia. That was for the UN. I've also been hired by the World Bank, not as a Liberian, as a professional, to mainstream gender into the public sector. You can go to CSA, you can go to the World Bank and get those documents. Everything I'm saying, they are on record. You can check that out. I'm also giving you this information that I've served as consultant for the UN Human Rights in Liberia in developing tools that could be used by the legislature in developing laws to avoid conflict of laws. I'm a founder of EHUD Foundation, a human rights institution, EU Foundation. Please take note, Steve. Are you taking note?
I'm listening to you.
I've also served as consultant for UN Women on land rights. And I was able to train ADR, people for ADR, Alternative Dispute Resolution with Land Authority. Do you want more?
I have another question for you. Are you done?
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this follow-up question. Before as coming to the ANC, were you part of any political party in Liberia?
No, never.
Okay. Thank you. Milborn, it's up to you. While we fact check some of the assertion that was made here, Dr. Sharif.
Yes, indeed, Steve. Thank you. Thank you so much. So that move back to Dr. Mohammed Sharif. And I don't know what Ali said. Ali, are you okay now?
Yes, Maybon. I'm sorry
Okay.
that can you hear me?
Okay, yes, good. Well, go ahead and ask our guest any question, or maybe you have a statement or something that you want to say to our guest.
Yeah, what's up, Steve? I just want to make some statement. Yeah, I listen to everything that he said when it comes to the trucking business. I think this is something that they need to really work on to get rid of it in Liberia. These are some of the reasons why when people are elected in those various districts, you don't see them doing anything. Why? Because the truck people, they brought them over there, people who were not even residing in that district. And one of the most important things that he talked about, and I will ready left for everyone that need to work together, all other oppositions along with the government, to see how diaspora Liberians we can be participating in the election. We don't have to be by plane ticket to be coming down to Liberia to vote all the time, and we are also contributing to the country. So that one, I'm really interested in it, and I will look forward to see all opposition working along with the government to see how we can participate. That money we take it to be buy ticket. I think we can use it to do other things in the country. Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. Yeah, so that let me ask you this question because I listened to all of your exposés, especially when it comes to elections activities in Liberia, and you talk about some of our people. Sometimes when they go to the polling places, sometimes the poll watchers or sometimes some of the electoral observers we sometimes sweep them or maybe carry them and say no, or maybe when you want to mark and maybe they don't know the candidates, where the candidate positions, sometimes because of maybe the ballot, papers and so forth. So are you also thinking that maybe or maybe the government or should we reduce the too much of parties, politics, or maybe parties on the ballot papers, or because sometimes do this thing to get our people confused and they don't even know which way to mark because of the ballot paper.
Okay, now I'm going to come in to why I'm answering this question. I'm a candidate for the upcoming convention of the Alternative National Congress. I'll be running for chairman. And nobody comes to a position without a plan. Institutions need people with vision. And so I like why Steve is asking me these questions, because these are records that need to be cleared up for the Liberian people to know. And these are the same measures we are going to hold every organ of the ANC to if I'm elected. We will vet every candidate, regardless of who they are. We will check. I like the way he said, we are doing a background check. I'm very pleased with that, because everything I'm saying, the Liberian people are listening to me. Somebody might call and say, oh no, he's not saying the truth. He didn't do this consultancy. He didn't do this, or he was a minister, or he was appointed by this. Let people call and say, yes, this is the sheriff, or he did this, or he served in this capacity. I come absolutely to this interview and to the Liberian people with integrity. I stand on my integrity, whatever I say. And with that authority of my integrity, I'm prepared to answer any question.
All right. Can I ask?
Yes.
Mr. Moderator Johnson, can I talk? Maybe.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. We'll listen to you because you were talking.
Yeah, you are the moderator. So before we come out with anything, we got to have.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Because you already you are in flight, so I don't want to say anything.
Right.
But go ahead.
The brother just come out with a statement that dragging me to ask a simple question again. He make a statement about integrity, repetition.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to ask Mr. Sere, since you graduate from the teenage age up to present, have you been convicted for any crime, whether domestic violence or crime against humanity or criminals, conviction and whatever? I want to know.
Emphatically, no. The records are there. The Liberian National Police can show. I come to this interview, and because I know that what's happening as someone who is vying for a position in ANC, I know that I should come with, he who talks about equity should come with clean hands. So I've never been convicted for domestic violence or any form of crime whatsoever, not only in Liberia, all around the world. All around the world. And there was a time someone asked me, you put it on dread. Could you tell? I can tell everybody emphatically, I don't smoke, I don't drink. And that's the reason why I've been offered a number of contracts with international institutions, because it is my integrity that takes me along. And so I'm coming to run for the position of chairman of the ANC based on that integrity. And that is what is bringing people to ANC, because I'm appealing to conscience, because they know who I am and my lifestyle and my humility.
Dr. Sharif, thank you. Quickly before we, I know we'll be headed to the news bulletin here. I want to ask you a question of clarity again. Yes. And I'm glad Mr. Dollar brought some of these things up, because, sometimes people don't know people, right? We have to scrutinize them in the public. There's some things that will be unfolding. At any point while you lived in UK, Did you ever advocate with the BBC for President Charles Taylor to be released from prison?
No.
Okay. So you've never spoken to BBC about Charles Taylor being released from prison back in 2017?
No. Never.
Okay.
Go and verify the identity of the one that did that interview. It would never match with me, Steve.
Okay. Like I said, we'll go to the news bulletin.
Could you give 2 more questions? Because I really want to build that image of character in Liberia. Ask 2 more questions directly about me. I'm prepared to answer you.
Mr. Masala, do you have any questions or concerns for Dr. Sharif before we go to the news bulletin?
Yes, I want to know from him, what really inspired you to go to vie for this position that you try to vote for? What really inspired you? Looking at the ANC, they've been into different elections, and we knew the outcome of the election. And as a young man have been working in the country, you've been out of the country. What really inspired you that you want to be the chairman of ANC by now for this coming, maybe yet to be the chairman, whether this coming election or forever? Why really inspire you?
No, not forever. Everybody has the time to contribute to their country. I'm
I say maybe forever or for now.
Okay. All right. This is the point. ANC is an institution that was born in our hands, and we believe in the vision that ANC, through the leadership of Alexander Cummins, we are able to address the concerns of the Liberian people. I've acquired some knowledge within Liberia and out of Liberia, and I believe that what ANC lacks at party level is strategic leadership. And that's where I'm able to fill in that gap, to be able to work with the various structures within the party. I have a policy background. I'm able to work with the various teams, what is available and what's not available. We work together with the political leader and the rest of the team so that we can have a strong and formidable government in waiting, so that we can be able to change the condition of the Liberian people. Throughout my interviews, if you listen to me, I've been talking about the concerns of the Liberian people. So it is this heartbeat. And because I came from a human rights background as well, my professional training, my heart of advocacy, so this is what I bring as part of the skills in standing with the Liberian people through my party and through the vision and leadership of my political leader.
Yeah. Can I ask, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Seri, according to your statement, you said that you work with several credible institutions and everything. Are you still working with them, or you have left them?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No. It was consultancy, it's done.
All right. Basically, so these consultants work that you were doing, did it have anything to do with financial management or whatever? I would like to know that.
No. I was never in charge of financial thing. It's social sciences related work. So I don't sign checks. I don't have anything to do with money other than what I'm remunerated with.
So, Dr. Sharif, quickly, we have to interrupt to go to the news bulletin.
1 minute.
We have to interrupt to go to the news bulletin, guys. Please, can we hold? We'll get back because the news is already set up. We'll pick up from you, Mr. Dollar, please, so we don't miss out on the news. I beg you.
All right. I'll reserve my comment.
Yes. As soon as we get back, we'll pick up from where you stopped, Mr. Dollar. Thank you, guys. So let's take a quick break here as we wait for the news bulletin, folks.
From Duboro in Peaceville, welcome to RCR News Bulletin at 7. I'm Sheikh Sanor. In the headline, the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporations has officially launched a 4-year strategic plan valued over 156 million United States dollars. Criminal courts are expected to resume another legal business on Monday, August 11, 2025, for the August term of court. Bapolo County Senator Amara Kone has called for more budgetary allocations for the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. And away from home, South Africa court has ruled that Zambia's government can repatriate the body of former President Edgar Lungu and give him a state funeral despite his family oppositions. Those are the headlines in the news. Now the detail. Liberia Water and Sewer Corporations has officially launched a 4-year strategic plan valued over 156 million United States dollars. Speaking during the launching ceremony at WSC, Managing Director Mo Ali disclosed that the plan is aimed at addressing the issue of water and sanitation in all urban areas within Liberia. According to Ali, the plan is implemented with the WSC to supply water and sanitation challenges in most of the houses in the urban area. Delivering the keynote address, Finance and Development Minister Augustine Gaffron expressed support for the strategic plan of the FWSC. Minister Gaffron encouraged the management of the FWSC to remain focused in order to achieve the objectives of the plan. The program, which was held at the conference room of the Ministry of Public Works, was graced by a cross-section of officials of government, civil society organizations, and customers, amongst others. Bapolo County Senator Amara Kone has called for more budgetary allocation for the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. He said this will help accelerate the fight against drugs as a menace to the society. Speaking Friday to journalists in Jacobtown, Senator Kone wants members of the legislature to work along with the executive to ensure the full implementations in the fight against illicit drugs. According to him, the issue of fighting drugs involves the collective effort of every Liberian. Bapolo Senator, however, called on the religious leaders, especially imams, to conduct more preaching against illicit drugs. Senator Conner further admonished the youth across Liberia to embark on anti-drugs awareness in their respective communities. Meanwhile, Senator Conner is commending the organizers of the anti-drug march. Circuit courts are expected to resume another legal business on Monday, August 11, 2025, for the August term. Monday's gathering, according to our judicial correspondent, is consistent with Chapter 3, Section 3.8 of the Judicial Law of Liberia. The law states circuit courts shall open their quarterly sessions on the second Monday of February, May, August, and November in each year. Each state or foreign state, the quarterly sections of these circuit courts shall be entitled to February, May, August, and November sections. Ahead of the Monday's gathering, outgoing Chief Justice Hiane Yo has since released her legal assignments for circuit court judges. Justice Yo's legal duties affect Criminal Code B, C, and D, as well as the 2nd, 8th, 11, 14, and 15 Judicial Circuit Court, respectively. The priest of the High Court, Augustine legal shakeup for circuit court judges was consistent with Chapter 3, Section 3.9 of the Judicial Law. But interestingly, according to our judicial correspondent, the court or the August team assignment is Chief Justice Hiane Yo found on legal duties for circuit court judges as she will leave or depart the judiciary on August 15, 2025. She reached the retirement age of 17 on June 26, 2025, consistent with the Article 72B of the 1986 Constitution, and has since been replaced with Associate Justice Yami Kwekwe will be commissioned by President Joseph Boakai on August 15, 2025, at the executive mansions. The Liberia Bar Association, LNBA, has announced the release of its official list of 378 lawyers in good standing for the year 2025, in accordance with Rule 5 of the Rules of Court. According to a statement from LNBA, the company list reflects lawyers who possess valid licenses and are duly authorized to practice law in Liberia for the current year. The LNBA urged the public to exercise due diligence and ensure that they hire only lawyers who are on this list, as these individuals have fulfilled all legal requirements and are in good standing with their organization or associations. According to release, the LNPA strongly cautions the public against engaging the services of any lawyer who is not listed as licensed for the year 2025. The release stressed that hiring a lawyer who does not hold a valid license could jeopardize your legal matters and potentially undermine your case before the court. The Bar Association reveals that only lawyers who are licensed and are in good standing with LNBA have met the necessary qualifications to provide competent and lawful representations. The release said in the LNBA continue to enforce strict adherence to its license procedure and encourage the public to consult official lists available at the LNBA offices and online platform to confirm the standing of any lawyer before making their legal representation charges. In a related development, Liberia National Bar Association is commending Liberians who took to the street of Monrovia in the United States against the rising tide of illicit drug use in trafficking across the country. The Bar Association said spontaneous and peaceful mass action is a clear cry for help and a strong call for national accountability. The LNBA said it acknowledges the devastating impact that drug abuse is having on Liberians' communities, families, institutions, and the future of the nations. The All Liberia Coalition Party ACO says they are in support of the nationwide protest against the proliferations of drugs in the country. According to the party in the press release, the current situation in the country is a drugs pandemic, serving as threat to the peace and stabilities of the country. ACO's political leader, Lucini Kamara, called on the government to declare the drug situation as national emergency. He said he believed that placing the situation under the category of national emergency would give the national government the latitude in ordering state security to take the necessary steps to combat the menace. The political leader of the All Liberia Coalition Party indicated that the fight against drugs is paramount to the party's agenda. He is therefore calling on a collective effort in the fight against drugs by all Liberians. The All Liberian Coalition Party leader, however, is recommending the establishment of more rehabilitation centers for drugs users or the strengthening of existing centers across the country. The Press Unions of Liberia, PUL, has raised significant concern about the ongoing fight against corruption in Liberia, especially in the light of recent acknowledgments by the government regarding the prevalent nature of corruption within the country. The union suggests that the frequent use of strong descriptors such as public enemy number one, vampire, cancer, and the King Kong indicate that effort to combat corruption has not produced the expected outcome for the public. In his address during the opening section of the two-day training workshop focused on investigative journalism and anti-corruption effort, PUL President Julius Kanuba emphasized the need for genuine and collaborative partnership among government entities, civil society organizations, and international partners to address corruption effectively. The training, organized under the auspices of Liberia Anti-Corruption Commissions and supported by the United Nations Development Program, as well as funded by the United Nations Peace Building Fund, is aimed on covering the fact, strengthening integrity through journalism. The exercise is part of a larger project aimed at empowering citizens and communities to foster social accountability and transparency in governance and public service delivery. Speaking at the training in Ganta City, Dima County, Kanuba commended the LACC and UNDP for their commitment to capacity building in the journalism. The Economic Community of West African States has officially launched two major humanitarian initiatives in Liberia geared towards strengthening disaster resilience and empowering local communities. The ECOWAS US $725,000 funded project under the theme Unite of Strengthening Resilience and Supporting Disaster-Affected Populations in Liberia seeks to harness the pressing local humanitarian needs in disaster-affected communities in the country. Speaking at the official launch of the project Thursday in Monrovia, ECOWAS Ambassador to Liberia, Madam Josephine Nkrumah, emphasized the importance of solidarity amidst the rising impact of climate change, highlighting the initiative is about building resilient and institutional development. She stressed the need for stronger partnership and people-centered situation or solution addressing the rising toll of climate change and disaster across the world, expressing ECOWAS commitment supporting communities and building lasting systems of resilience. As means of boosting the implementation of a Liberia Women Empowerment Project, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection has received a donation of 4 Land Cruiser vehicles and 22 motorbikes. The donation made by Plan International Liberia is part of our ongoing effort to strengthen service delivery under the Liberia Women Empowerment Project to be distributed to service provider organizations working across the 6 counties of the country. Speaking at a handover ceremony Thursday in Congo time, Plan International Liberia Country Director, Madam Marion Mori, highlighted the significance of the project's implementation, noting the gesture is geared toward enhancing mobility. She assured Plan International Liberia's commitment to support the governments of Liberia in the implementations of the project. Receiving the donation, Deputy General Minister for Administration, Frederick Cobo, lauded Plan International Liberia and the World Bank for the gesture, terming it as progress in the implementations of the project. He stressed that the items will be used for the intended purpose, ensuring that the ministry will ensure proper maintenance of the donated items. The Liberia Refugee Repatriation and Resettlement Commissions has reportedly set a 7-man committee to review a validated document on gender mainstreaming at the ECOWAS. Speaking at the end of the one-day validations of the gender policy at the ECOWAS, the Commission's Executive Director, Justin P., said his administration takes seriously the issue of women at the entity. P. added that the current administration wants to advance the role of women, especially on the issue involving women. The validation of the ECOWAS draft the gender policy involves assessing the gender policy framework that guides ECOWAS operations, ensuring gender equality and gender responsiveness within its program. The validations of the ECOWAS draft gender policy brought together key government ministry and agency and international partners. In all of Liberia, South Africa court has ruled that Zambia's government can repatriate the body of former President Edgar Lungu and give him his state funeral despite his family oppositions. Lungu's family had wanted to bury him privately in South Africa, where he died in June. They were left visibly distraught by the Pretoria High Court decision and intend to lodge an appeal. The Zambia state welcomed the ruling, saying that while it mourned with the former statesman, family Lungu belonged to the nations. The dispute followed a long-standing feud between Lungu and his successor, President Hakainde Hichilema, with Lungu's family saying he had indicated that Hichilema should not attend his funeral. Handing down the ruling, Judge Herbert Liwaba said the Zambia government was entitled to repatriate the body of the late president and order his family to immediately surrender to its authority. Following Lungu's death from an undisclosed illness at the age of 68, the family wanted to be in charge of the funeral arrangement, including the repatriations of his body, but the Zambia authorities sought to take control. To end this news bulletin, recap of the major headline. The Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation has officially launched a 4-year strategic plan valued over 156 million United States dollars. Circuit courts are expected to resume another legal business on Monday, August 11, 2025 for the August term. Dabudu County Senator Amar Kone has called for more budgetary allocations for the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. And out of Liberia, South Africa court has ruled that Zambia's government can repatriate the body of former President Edgar Lungu and give him a state funeral despite his family oppositions. RCA News Bulletin at 7. I'm Sheikh Sando. Good evening.
One minute on the ages, you can't go to the sides. That's why we went into this exercise, reconciliation. Even the rules and trying to reconcile the society so that people will begin to feel at home. Including on July 26th, celebrating the Nigerian now will begin to feel that.
Folks, we're back. If you're just joining us, we are in a conversation here with Dr. Mohammed Sharif. Quickly, before we get back into the questioning, which will be resumed by Mr. Dole here, I just want to bring to the public attention.
So we're back. We're back after the news bulletin. I don't know whether, sorry, Steve, I don't know what you were talking, but we're back after the news bulletin.
Thank you, Milborn. Folks, just before Mr. Dollar picks up with his question from where he stopped, one of the clarifications I wanted to make really quick. Yes, Dr. Sharif was right. It was not him. There was a Mohammed Sharif appointed by Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to serve as the ambassador in the UK in 2017. That was when he made that statement. So the ambassador to UK in 2017, Mohammed Sharif, was the one that made that statement as opposed to the current Dr. Sharif. We just want to clarify that. Go ahead, Mr. Dole.
Yeah, basically, one of that's a clarity that I wanted to make it to the audience because the two Mohammed Sharif, I know both of them very well. So the previous one that was appointed as a Labrador ambassador to UK, he even served in Taylor administration as one of the senior government officials. So he made such a statement. That's a question that I wanted to emphasize on. So I will table my question until we go forward again.
Okay, thank you so much.
The young men were going to school here, I know.
Yeah, thank you so much, because it's important for us to provide clarity and context to some of these conversations, so that our people are gullible. And so on Sktv, one of the things we do is we'll corroborate the information while we are on. Before you leave, we don't want to talk it behind you. And if something like that, we need to fact check you, we'll fact check you on it as well as the show keeps going on. So we're moving moving forward. Mr. Dr. Sharif, let me ask you this question. What are your chances of clinching the nomination or the chairmanship for the ANC? Considering I'm not sure how long you've been around the political arena, and who might be your potential opponents in this seat, securing this seat. What say you?
Okay, thank you, Steve. Here's the thing. I've been with ANC forever. Mr. Cummins even met me in ANC. And because he came along with what we call Team Cummins. So I've been there forever. My political leader met me there. And I'm one of the people who stood out that he has the pedigree to lead the institution, by extension to lead Liberia, for the records. So I'm not new to ANC. I know the in and out of ANC. My chances are that I engage with everybody, regardless of whether they are delegates or not.
Okay. I ask you, what are your chances of winning the chairmanship? Because apparently it sounds like you're vying for the chairmanship. What are your chances? Because I don't know. What are the odds?
I don't see odds. I see positivity. I know only a single candidate that I'm running against. That is the current chairman. that is always the case. The incumbent is always the one that you know of. Until nominations are open, then I will know whether there are other candidates. So, as far as I know, it's our brother Lafayette, Anthony Lafayette. Nobody
So
else.
why you calling me laughing? You scared of Lafayette Boo?
I know Lafayette way back the line.
He asked me a
So sit down.
question. Dr. Shehu, you scared of Lafayette Boo? Say if you scared of the man, not bad thing.
No, that Lafayette scared of me. Even Steve, you said you
Oh,
scared of me.
okay. Well, folks,
Steve, you can't that you'll be scared of me. Seriously, you'll be scared of me.
so you want
Can't
recruitment to
try
join
and drag.
the ANC? You want recruitment to join the ANC?
Steve, join ANC. Can't test the water to know Mohammed Sharif wait inside ANC.
But yes,
Try it.
yes, CDC,
Steve.
CMC people may plow because CDC women to join it too, CMC women join it. They only put another woman to join like UP.
Okay, so here's the thing. ANC it's a home for the young people. And so the reason why I'm here and advocating to be chairman of the ANC is not because I can get job anywhere around the world. But if you look at the conditions, the economic conditions, you just saw that on Front Page Africa when I spoke about ANC unlocking the economic future of Liberia. Check around the world, you'll see, because of my integrity, it's on newspapers in the US, in the UK, in South Africa, in Kenya. Go just Google, you will see it. It's because of my integrity, and this is what I'm bringing because I feel the pinch to see young people walking in the desert, dying in the deserts of Libya just for opportunities. When we have all those here in Liberia. So I'm not only representing ANC, I'm not only the voice for ANC, I'm the voice of the young people in Liberia.
Thank you. Well, we can charge for people to make campaign thing that you do here. So if you keep on
I want to ask
yeah, let's go ahead, Mr. Masale.
Nana campaign, that point I'm making.
Okay, Mr. Masale, go ahead.
Mr. Sherry, I want to ask a question. If elected as chairman for ANC, what will be your first 100-day deliverables? What do you wish to achieve within your first 100-day in office as chairman of ANC when it comes to policy and all of it?
So you want me to start talking like how President Bouakai say car will not hish, then car then start to hish in Sano and other places. Anyway, to be candid with you, there's a strategic plan not only for the first 100 days. Once I take over, there is a strategic plan that we have to work with, and that has to be endorsed through the EC. And this is something that has to be done with consultation with the political leader because he is the vision bearer for the institution. And that vision is what we need to unlock, unfold, explain to the Liberian people what he intends for Liberia if he becomes president. And so I cannot make any vision or plan that is deviant. It's far way apart from what he envisages for the country. So I can tell you this, we work together, we talk. We have had meetings, several meetings, and we discuss several issues. And I can tell you, the heart he has to serve his country is similar heart I have for Liberia. I can tell you this: if it's just because Sharif wants to make money, I think I have several means of making money. I can boss rack. I'm muscular. I can boss rack. I'm a farmer. I have cocoa and coffee. I'm planting. I can make money out of it. I can paint. Forget about white collar job that okay maybe he went to school. I can still survive outside of politics. But I can be happy to see woman going to give life and losing her life. And this is the vision we have as ANC. Nobody should be left behind. And that is embedded in our political leaders' vision for Liberia. And so it is that vision and policies that we over time we have to interpret to the Liberian people effectively. And this, what I'm doing right now, has been the gap in ANC. ANC has never had a voice that can interpret the vision of the political leader and the policies that we had for the Liberian people. So there was a complete disconnect. I am now coming to do that basic connection as the electrician or the IT expert.
Thank you.
Mr. Sherry, Steve, please, 1 second, please. Yeah, Mr. Sherry, I understood what you just said, but now you want to be the chairman for this party, and we know ANC are considered not to be one of the most vibrant lean party in Liberia. Now, coming to be your chairman for this party, maybe other people are listening to you today, and maybe they know other people that get the intention of running on this party ship. Again, you don't know. So you want to tell me you don't have no policy, no strategy you want to put in place just in case you're having to win the chairmanship election?
I have said to you clearly, I come from the background of being a policy expert, right? And you heard me criticizing the president, the central bank governor, that they don't have monetary policy. You hear me talking about various policies, are criticizing them. I can't be criticizing somebody and can't empty-handed. So there are policies, but to roll them out, like I said, it has to be in consultation with the political leader and the executive committee. That's what we call the EC. I cannot roll out and start to tell you things that look like, okay, this is Sheriff's vision. How the two will work together.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Sharif. We want to go to the lines so that we can hear from our people early, Melbourne, so that we can hear from the Liberian people. Do you have any questions or concerns for Dr. Sharif? And then we'll circle back here in the conversation.
All right, so there you have it. Let me see our best to go to the line to interact with our people. I think I have David King here on the line. Yeah, first caller. David King, good evening.
Good evening, my brother. Let me say good evening to the rest of the panelists. My question for the dad in studio, it has to do with you talk about those that are in prison to have a leverage of vote, and that's why Liberians. So I want to ask you, are they going to recommend the electronic style of voting like it is done in the US and other countries? That's my question.
All right, thank you. Keep a call coming 0770-203125. That's the number for you to call this evening and be part of the SKTV show to talk to our guest here. Today we have Dr. Mohammed Sharif from the ANC, and also the WhatsApp line or the number is also there. You can also place in your calls. Those of you who are also in the diaspora, you can also place in your calls on the WhatsApp line, or better stay right here in Liberia. The number again is 0770-203125. That's the number for you to call to be part of the SKTV show this evening. And if you have questions about our electoral process, the dad is here. Maybe you can recommend any other thing that that you want to say to our guests pertaining to their own take on the electoral process, especially the way our process has been run, the way things happening, the way we conduct our elections and so forth, the too much of invalid votes and so forth into our process. So again, the numbers to call is 0770-203125. So maybe that you want to answer that question that you just the first caller asked.
Yeah, I would like to encourage the caller to understand that in order to speak to the fact that it should be electronic voting, I cannot emphatically say yes because it involves a lot of technical things. But what I know that is possible is the manual vote. Carry the bucket to Saw Beach, put it down, let the people vote. That they are right, they are not convicted in law. When you are a convict, that's when now the law can deprive your right. But pre-trial detainees, no. I come from a human
Let me see how best to go to the
I come back from a human right background, so they are they still have rights. And also, we cannot deny the Liberians in the diaspora. They can go vote in the embassy. So what a big deal? Carry the paper. Let the people vote.
All right, keep a call coming 0770-203-125. That's the number to call. Let me go to the line to take more calls. Hello, today's caller. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, this is the sixth point. I would like to ask your guest, what do you have to say concerning the too much political party in the race? What do you have to say concerning it?
Wonderful. Thank you. Great questions. What is take on the 2 million of political parties, and especially during the elections, you see them on the ballot paper. Keep a course, can we take more calls, or that you want to respond quickly to that? Okay. Let me go to the line. Joe, hold on, please. Hello, today's caller. Good evening. All right, let me see. Hello. Yes, go ahead, my dear.
Okay, thank you. My name is Martin Semitoba, and I join you from Morovia this evening. Okay, good evening.
Yes, go ahead. Listening to you.
Okay. Yeah, I listened to the deliberations on the political unfoldings and input that he's suggesting that indeed people vote from the very precinct center. I think that's a very laudable venture. But what we should be looking at is that, like you said, pre-trial detainee. But one thing you look at, that particular sector, that particular area where you find a pre-trial detainee, it is very much dangerous. It is not safe. The safety of the network is one thing we should be looking at. And in that place, in the precinct, there is nothing that voters sensitizations that will be taking place there. So if you have those processes leading to elections taking place within the precinct center, then on election day, you cannot go and conduct elections at the very precinct centers. But you have a very fun idea, and I think it is fun that Liberia will have people of the kind to be a political party chairman. We need more people with those very expertise that we have to better the life of our political fee. So I'm going to say thank you, and I pray that God will bless you and guide you through.
All right. Thank you to also for being part of the show this evening. Keep our calls coming. Those of you, we take a few more calls. Now we cross over to that, maybe because we have few things to talk about quickly before we close on the show. So keep a calls coming 0770-203-125. That's the number to call this evening for you to be part of the SKTV show and talk to Dr. Mohammed Sharif of the ANC. You've been talking about so many good things, especially when it comes to election. Today's caller, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, people. Maybe good evening to the guy, good evening to the panelists. Emmanuel, the family, and to join from around the Chipani freeway. Yeah, man, I hear the guy saying, and you'll be having for the party, you consult with the political leader. I want to know what would be an independent decision and you to add the political leader that is gonna come informing into it. Thank you.
Hello, I don't know why you get a question on that?
No.
Yeah, because myself, I don't really want to. But anyway, keep a calls coming with a few more calls 0770-203-125. That's the number for you to call. We take more calls right here. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Yes.
This is AB Joe from Division 15.
Yeah, go ahead, AB.
Yeah, thank you for the show. I want to ask that. This is the only candidate applying for the chairmanship of the ANC. If we have another contestant, do you think that he will do his best to take the ANC from where they are now? Because ANC is performing full. We're not hearing about them. We only hear CDC and hear they buy every day CDC, hear they buy all the political parties are done it. So I don't know where he can take, when you become chairman, you can take ANC from where you are now to make them out of the first or the seventh political party that will be in Liberia.
All right, thank you. I know you want to say when you bring into the table. Don't worry. Keep a calls coming. I hope that you are going to take a note because the questions are just coming like that. So, hello to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, hello, everyone. This is from New Jersey.
Thank you so much for joining us, and in fact, you are now becoming one of our regular followers. Thank you so much.
Yeah, hi to all your panelists and then to your studio guests. I want to just add to what the last caller said. He said ANC is poor. I want to say I thought ANC was dead. Because we saw Alexander Cummings coming out here with recycling officials, and people say, show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. So that already gave us a mindset that this guy, even though we don't know much about him, but the people he's coming with is trying to tell us who he is without even telling us, who he is already. All right? So I thought that what new is he going to tell us? Apart from what we already know, because we saw what happened at the dying stage. All his partisans were divided. They found their way, and he went and sat down. So what are they coming back with? They have to be very strong to really, tell us what they have on the table. He has to cut himself tight and be able to tell us something, because we really want to hear. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you so much. I like your energy. Yeah, hello to this caller. Good evening. Yes, go ahead, my brother. Your name and from where you join us. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, I appreciate it so well. Also, I want to know about the discreet man. It's not be the power of the good thing. We say that they put us against us. So the way I listen to your church, I want to know about the street.
The man say he won't be chairman, and I hope that some of you will come out there to rally for him and so forth. Okay. All right. You probably won't bring politics in there, man. They can. I don't know what Charles Cooper slip off the line, but today's caller, good evening. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, man, go ahead, good evening. Your name?
Yeah, this is my word. I want to say good evening to the panelists in the US. And I want to say the studio guest, thank you. But ANC, when the Zana committee, every one of us was very lucky. I on his side. And the Zana committee was one of the persons that helped us when my family left in the fire equal way. Or family left in the fire equal way. And Zana committee where he showed a concern and at least we have hope. But later on, that period like problem of politics, it can frustrate people. It can frustrate people even when you keep newly. And la people looking up to Alexander Cummings, who go to Alexander Cummings, go for the CDC, go for the CPP, go for the Joseph Waka. Everything just went here to scatter. So the way they're talking now, what did really with the cow oil away again, or we don't look at again. According to what my sister just said.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. That's great. I like all of you, the females. Hello to this caller. Good evening, Charles Cooper.
Yeah, good evening,
ANC matter.
Yeah, maybe I call my capacity as one of the members of the ANC and executive member on the Moss Rally chapter.
Okay.
I want to say thank you to the Diet in studio. I think he brought forth some good points that we all need to look at, especially the point that has to do with pre-trial detaining and the informing part of our electoral processes. I think it's a critical issue that we need to look at, because when you are a pre-trial detaining, automatically your rights are not taken away because you remain innocent until proven guilty. But I think it's a technical issue, and the technocrats need to look at the electoral technocrats. But I think you also talk about the diaspora Liberian voting, which is also good. And I think if the government is really wanting for every Liberian to participate, I think they can work on that. But I want to say that the ANC remains strong, but the ANC is not in that kind of deceptive and hypocritical politicking. So that's why you are hearing the two parties are involved.
So you people are the kind of That's seven politics you won't be.
ANC remain the fair and best alternative for Liberia. We are so sophisticated. We are one of the most civilized parties in Liberia. We don't get into deception and politics. We speak to the issue. Mr. Kumi have been speaking after the election, but you know we have gotten used to the kind of politics where you got to be radical at all times. Maybe sponsoring protests, lying to the people. That's the kind of politics Liberia have gotten used to. So when you come with a different style of politics, they don't understand. Mr. Kumi is a different kind of politician. He's not a typical Liberian politician. And Liberia does not need that kind of politician, maybe. We need people with new vision. And Mr. Kumi comes to the table with a vision. He has a proven leadership record that any Liberian can read about. These are men who trust in a society where you don't need recommendation, where there's meritocracy.
All right. The day you ready, Charles Cooper, you come and talk all I want. Hello, today's caller quickly. You will be our last caller. Go back to our team. Hello.
Thank you, everyone. How are you?
Yes, we're okay. Thank God for life.
Yeah, when I hear the name ANC, I move.
Great.
So I just want to tell the studio guests, thank you. We expect better. That's all I want to say.
Thank you. We expect better. Steve, I think we can use few minutes. Then by the time I'll get to go.
Can I respond to the questions?
Yeah.
Can I go ahead to respond to the questions?
Yes, go ahead, Dad. Go ahead.
Okay. So I will be speaking two kind of English right now. So my brother, I just want to say to y'all that our time now to come together. The men lie to us. And they've been lying to us. They're eating money. When their money finish, 2029, their eyeball will clear. We'll show them how to clear their eyeball. So I hear what y'all say. I'm standing for y'all. I'm standing with y'all. ANC, they're not the same white man thing they were talking about. That different level here. Once are dead at different level. So I want clear the air for y'all. You're free. It clear for y'all. ANC that y'all own now. You know our brother then we get chance on the other side. The men lie to all. They get all Calais. So now that our time. Now to the other people who talk about recycled politicians, you are right. So this is what we're trying to do, making a new generation of leaders. And that's the reason why I stepped forth to be a chairman of the ANC, so that ANC, Mr. Alexander Cummings, can have people with clean character. I may not be perfect in all things, but I think I've built integrity, and we are building a new generation of leaders among the young people. You see a lot of young people will be coming up to hold leadership position who believe that this generation, we have a lot to offer to our country. On the issue of the pretrial detainees, my brother, the place for them to vote. I've been seeing pastors going to preach to people in the prisons. So if they can be able to allow pastors to preach to them, we can allow them to vote too. And other people being going there to pray for them, we can allow them. And the other question about the too many political parties. Even America has 400 political parties, but you can't know. There are two basically dominant political parties. So it's their right for them to register party, and our right also to meet them, or they join with us. That's how the game go. So where are we going to take the Liberians? You see me talking for a long time. ANC didn't have people talking. I don't think any political party in Liberia will say they have a candidate running for chairmanship and coming on to talk about policies and talking on behalf of the party. I'm yet to know that. You people are journalists, you can say yes or no. But I made this decision to come out because a lot of people everywhere I go, they say, Sherry, your party died. I mean, your party died, you're not existing again. I have to speak. And where the current chairman can talk, I'm a member of the party. I can't be there to tell me, say, my family died when the person not die. I have to tell the people that ANC not die. And that's why I'm here. We don't want to be using protests as means of making the government hear us. That's why we have technical experience. So when I come out to talk, you see, when I talk about the issue of inflation, prices going up, you saw the central bank governor come out and start giving figures in cookie. Then the next thing you hear the president say, the vice president should go and check how much will be coming up with other reports about Liberia, how to change the economy. We will give them the idea, let the Liberian people know that ANC will have the expertise to take care of Liberia, to take Liberia to a new place. We've not been discussing this thing. That's why people didn't know what we get in plan. But now, in my capacity, I will be talking until the day the election can, I win them. Secondly, I don't know of plenty candidates. I know that there's a chairman and he will run, or maybe he will be scared not to run.
Thank
But I know
you.
that I'm running.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Mohammed Sharif, for taking our calls. And we hope that you all will be available at least. Thank God now that since today's the first debut, we hope and pray that you all will be here with us. Even when the need be, every time when you just call us, most definitely we'll bring you on. So thank you so much. We want to allow you now to go home at least so that you can have a rest. But thank you for the time.
Thank you so much. In closing, this is my parting statement. I want to encourage the Liberian people to know that ANC are not the old one. ANC is going to change. Change is going to come. Brian Owen's song, I didn't hear it play, but maybe it will play as I'm leaving. But change is going to come, and
Yes,
Liberia will see that change, and will usher in a change and this different style of politics that will be based on knowledge. We're not coming talk politics, we'll just be talking and not into that. I have a credibility around the world that when I see something, plenty institutions around the world will listen. And that's the reason why that article on Front Page Africa, when I talk, it go all around the world because I have credibility. And it's that credibility I bring to ANC to make ANC an institution that will help to take Liberia to another level. Thank you so much. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Mr. Dole. Thank you, Aliyu, and the other brother name, and Maybon. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
yes, more
Thank you so much.
more left. But other way, thank you so much that we will talk and continue to knock on our door, like I said. So make the place now your home because your people you see some of the comments and they can't wait to always hear you and all of the time. So thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
Great. To our team, yes, Steve. I think while we are on the show, yes. I think yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Milburn. I know you've been also looking at other things that are going on in the country. What's the latest development? What's going on in my country? We're keeping an eye closely as well.
Yes, we getting some later report from Nima County District number 5 that there's some violence. In fact, there are some clashes between supporters, and the photos are surfacing from that end. I think let me see our best to place some of the photos on the screen so you can see. Yes, these are photo or images coming from that end in Nimba County District number 5, and this person. I think what I want to share there is that MDR. I think you can see there is MDR, right? Those of you who are, or maybe who are also following me, you can see. Okay, so these are photos or images coming from that end. You can see, and this have been placed on the Facebook feed at DN News Liberia. So the MDR, according to them, and maybe one of the MDR candidate and the other candidate going to clutch or clutches. Yes, so these are images coming from Nima or Steve. What say you? And then Mr. Dollar and the rest of the team, electoral violence. Every time when there's even small elections, there will always be some violence or so forth.
Well, Mr. Dollar, go ahead.
Thank you. Steve.
Yes.
Thank you very much for allowing me to come up. You see, Melbourne, the kind of event in our country is now a strange something. is something that people should be expecting, more especially where the election is going to be held right now. That district number 5, the fellow who was represented there, knowing the character of him and know what he been doing down there, and know he accumulated a lot of weight over spending a penny on the district, and to do want to see any other parties or members to take the leadership from them. So obviously, and people, because people knew that they have not done anything good, so they want to transfer to a different political parties to take the leadership of that district. The CNC will not do that. You see, the Coca-Den parties will never allow that, because once someone else took over who is not a member of their party, you will unveil the secret. The way they dwell on people without doing anything for them, that secret will be unveiled. So they don't want to allow such a thing. So what the national government need to do, if I was one, immediately deploy the riot control department into that end. Grab people, scrutinize people, put things in order, and allow free movement for anybody who want to participate, that eligible to participate in the areas, in all means. Employs net curfew in the areas, control the systems soberly until the election is concluded. So that's what I can say about that place.
Thank you. Mr. Masale, what say you? Well, let me say this, folks. I think, first of all, it's important for us to understand one of the reasons. I know people will get vexed or whatever it is, but Nimakante is one of the counties that seem to engage in violence. And the records are there, starting from the wartime, rebel king through Nimakante, Butuo. And that's the truth, whether you like it or not. They hail Prince Johnson as their leader, as their godfather. Why? Because he killed Doe. That's the truth, whether you like it or not. That's just a fact. The reason I'm saying these things is because the result of violence in most cases. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. We said there was no need for them to move this current representative, Samuel Koga, who was doing nothing, to put a new one there. But then we got a government and we got a bunch of people. Let me say this. We got a bunch of people who, the country that we come from, and I will say this to them on the radio. I'm very glad. I'm happy that I never grew up in Liberia. Maybe I will come to be Zogo. Maybe I will come to be criminally minded. Maybe I will go to not be able to take the stance that I take. I grew up in countries where people stand for principles. People got balls. They can say the truth. People are able to speak to the facts. I grew up in Ivory Coast and other countries in Africa, where culturally, when they see an old man misbehaving, they tell the old man you misbehaving. When the old man can steal, they say, old man, you can steal, and you are rogue. So I'm glad, because all the stupid people in the world, Liberia comes second. The vice stupid country in the world, Liberia is, according to the research and survey. So guess what? I'm not surprised by the behavior that I've seen over there. In your own country, your own election, you got to be killing each other again. You got to be fighting each other in your own country. And I'm not saying this only to say only in my country. We saw the same thing in Lofa country. I'm from Lofa. During the election there, you saw people killing themselves for politicians, Bwaka and other people. So that means the stupidity is across the country. And I know that we got low IQ in that country. In that country. Because I'm in a country where the people IQ here tested. I don't grow up in that country. I go to school in Liberia. because I'm probably going to be one of the low IQ ones. There are only few people in Labrador who went to school in Labrador who got high IQ. The rest are low IQ, just on the decisions that they make. So at the end of the day,
my question for you, Steve. Why don't we learn first? Because I will ask you.
Question.
Yeah. So here's the question to you, Steve. Because I think today is not election day. Today is just like maybe normal campaign activities and so forth. So why people will want to go into the habit of hating on each other just because of campaigning, or is that how you people campaign on that side, or for us that we like
Melbourne, they tell you all the stupid people in the world, you vice chairman for them, and you can't ask me that question. It takes a huge amount of stupidity to behave that way. Your own election in your own country, and you fighting each other. Can you imagine?
Yeah, let me to add to what Steve just said. Oh my God, who calling me again?
Oh. You got what I want to say?
Yes,
no,
it is.
It is not a DNA thing. Stupidity is a cultural thing.
That's the fact.
I know that you are stupid.
We pay into this thing, even general election, the same thing.
Let me clarify this, Melbourne. Stupidity is not in DNA.
No.
Stupid person the born Sancha. The thing where I create a person the born Sancha. So it's not a DNA thing, it's not DNA related. So the hard no Carolyn is part of the stupid group. Yeah, she maybe the cheerleader for the stupid people in Labrador in America. Because guess what? You even know the difference. You're just a bunch of stupidness. And I see crazy person, born Sancha. So it's not a DNA thing, it's not DNA related. So because you're not knowledgeable, you don't know certain things, you are ignorant to the fact. Because all your life you spend it praising, worshiping. That the same way when you come here, we'll discuss and see what that's going to move the country forward. You praising, worshiping political leaders. Because by nature, you are stupid by nature. You are. You are not a serious man.
So when people kill each other now, that's the thing. Kill yourself for politicians. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Dollar.
Let me small, please. Let me come in. To butcher what Steve just said. Clever person can born, stupid person. Stupid
exactly.
Person born, clever person.
We gotta go.
I gave credence to what Steve said based on his profession. Listen, he's a bad profession. He's a psychologist, so he know what term of a human being at. So basically, the problem we have is on a world record. Labrador is a downgrade country in the whole world. Everybody knows we are second to Haiti. So basically, what can we do as a nation to eradicate from such a nest? We need to start employing such a strategies. How can we do it? Because you see what happened when we look at the record, how people portray issue, how people look at issue in that country is very, very scary. It's confusing. That Nimba situation, we know that Nimba is a violent area. People in Nimba, I don't want to catalyze all the people in Nimba as a violent people. But majorities of the people believe that through violence, they get whatever opportunity they got right now.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Through violence. So obviously, they would think that violence is the best solution to everything. So obviously, government need to educate people from there. We need to be strong. Whatever government in power, whether it's Joe Biden government or any other government coming in the future, need to look at Nimba situation very, very seriously. And two counties in Liberia, government need to focus. I'm from the security background. I did conflict resolution. I know what I'm talking about. This thing here, the two counties that need to be looked into by the government, any government, Lofa County, Nimba County. These are the Lofa County people, they look so quiet, but no, they are very dangerous people.
Melbourne, we
gotta go. Yeah, thank you.
Let me say this very quick, Melbourne.
Let me close my statement. So basically, government need to start thinking what to do with the two counties to eradicate violence from people. And one of the things that orchestrating the violence in the mind of the people is the tribal sentiment. That's what I can say.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dollar. Melbourne, I beg you quickly. Let me say this to you. Folks will be back tomorrow by the grace of God. We'll keep on most of the conversations. But I know for a fact that, stupidity is not transferred genetically. Let me just say it. Liberians, some of the decisions we make can really, really show that we're not ready yet. And so it shows our level of stupidity. You suppose somebody to come to power, then you defend them when they steal from you. That in itself is a sign of stupidity. Yeah, you make excuses for political leaders while they're enjoying and living lavishly. And you come and attack people who speak for you so that these people can do the right thing for you. You come, you attack them. That's a sign of stupidity. So we need to open our eyes and come to terms.
I think tomorrow we'll take 10 or 15 minutes to talk about it, because
I will
behave. Thing that would make your life better, you say no. So yeah, man. Anyway, good night, man. Yeah, Mr. Dollar, good night to all of you people. See all of you, man.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yes, indeed. Good night from me. Good night. And good night to all of you. Good night, people. Thanks to all of you. Yes. It's not easy about God there. Sometimes we can say God there, that God can come monkey. So let me see. Yeah, so the violence, sin, and the Nima County District number 5. Yes, indeed, there are a lot of images coming from there. We hope and pray that all goes well in our by-elections in Nima.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents from there. The work of my life with African.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clay Paris, who make on you, I can't Sktv menu. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
And I Guinea, ya to money. And I Sadia, ya to money. And I Conakry, ya to money. And I Codubois, ya to money. And I Guinea, ya to money. And I Sadia, ya to money. And I Conakry, ya to money. And I Codubois, ya to money. And I forget now, ya to money. Sktv. And I forget it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lopa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flashing our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise from best. The work with my life with Africa. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Cancun, Bombay, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.